Hey people, Cheryl Hutchings, suit up, show up, rise up. It's been a minute since the last vlog. Here I am in the shores of Lake Michigan once again. It's always calling my name any chance I get to be close to the lake. I take it. So I had a doctor's appointment just to check up this morning. Things are status quo. And so the best thing to share is I've been working with a life coach and working on some of my core stories and some of my beliefs that are very deeply rooted, as we all have. And realized in talking with Jill, is her name, that I say why a lot. And as we dug a little deeper into the reasons maybe why I'm saying why, what I have come to understand is I have a drive to find answers so that there can be maybe solutions, but also blame. Like I want to blame someone for cancer showing up, blame someone for Greg leaving this earth, blame someone for my frustrations with the broken systems that are found in so many places in this world. And what we said, she asked me, is if I got the answer, what would it change? You know, if I stopped looking for what triggered this P10 gene mutation, what would change? And probably nothing. And I think it's just that need to find fault, find blame. So the beauty in that is once you know better, you can do better. And I never really thought about it that way. And working with Jill has been life-changing, helping me to look at things differently, and instead of expressing frustration for things that aren't, looking from the other viewpoint to what is. And maybe in a lot of cases people really have been working, doing the best they can with what they have, and so giving them grace. And the beautiful thing in that process is if I can give grace to others, then guess who I can give grace to also? Myself. So the long of that is going to my doctor's office this morning, which is always a trigger. I hate the white coats. I hate the questions. Bless them, the human beings that are there, but I struggle with being around sick people. I struggle with, okay, they ask you lots of questions and do an exam, and does anything really change? Does it alter the course of treatment or outcome? Who really knows that answer? We can never really know. And that is something that I keep working on, is wanting to know for certain, beyond a shadow of a doubt, with a guarantee. And guess what? In life, there never is that. And so learning again, over and over, to surrender to what is and embrace all that is in this moment is what the purpose of life is. And I've had several conversations. I met with David Wenzel, who is the founder of Bent Not Broken and has been dealing with brain cancer for the last 10 years. We had tea last week and it was a beautiful conversation. And we both agree that cancer has made us better versions of ourselves. And what I shared with Jill, that was one of my homework tasks, was to meet with David, because he gets it, he understands. And in so many circles of people that I know and love, they don't understand because they have not lived it. So David, he understands it even better than I do. And it's what he said to me. I'm like, dude, how did you go and put the gown on for your scan, and you rocked it, and you made that funny post. And he said, that's what I've had to do, is use humor in situations that really aren't very humorous to help me navigate through it. And I said, that is such a beautiful thing, because whenever I go anywhere and they want me to put the gown on, I'm not putting the gown on. I hate the gown. I'm not putting the gown on. And I know a few things, the reasons why is having control, having some autonomy. I hate having people tell me what to do. And the gowns are gross and ridiculous looking, and it's a trigger for a lot of reasons. So the next time I'm presented with an opportunity to put a gown on, I'm just gonna go into David mode and rock it like he did. And I said, how do you navigate all of this on a day-to-day basis? And he says, well, you're just a couple years in. You know, he's got 8 years on me, and he said, you just learn as you go, and you learn how to just have trust and be present for today, and to not listen to the noise that shows up. And damn it, is there freaking noise. So the meeting with David was good, and that was the result of my coaching session with Jill. And so yesterday she said to me, can you flip the script that's going on in your mind going into your doctor's appointments, knowing that it's a trigger for you? And so I worked really hard on that this morning, and my biggest takeaway from my session yesterday is to always approach things with the mindset of what is my desired outcome. So when I get into those trigger situations, and I call it my toddler shows up and throws a tantrum because I feel out of control, I want to have control, I don't like people telling me what to do, and I don't like what they're telling me. It's not going my way. So that dark side of me shows up, and so this morning I made sure I was having some inner dialogue that was beneficial about desired outcomes. And I made sure I put the helichrysum oil all over me, which is one of the highest, or maybe it's the highest vibration oil. Had my green juice, was very intentional about drinking it this morning and nourishing my body. Put on some really good music. Sat in the car before I walked in, took some deep breaths, put some more oil on again, make sure I had my most precious crystals and stones in my pockets for good energy, and walked in just knowing everyone there is trying to help. Everyone there is doing the best they can. And my frustration often with Western medicine is they're limited in practicing what they know. They only know what they know, and there's things along this journey that I've learned holistically to nourish all of me, my whole being, that they don't understand. So I've just learned to take what they can give, pick the pieces out that I feel are beneficial to me, and then smile and say thank you. And that helped tremendously. My blood pressure was still a little bit high this morning. My blood work's looking good. So we keep moving forward, and I'm still learning how to embrace what is instead of wanting for something different. And isn't that everybody's nemesis in life? Learning how to be grateful for what is instead of wishing for something different. You know, that's where the unhappiness and the discontent comes from in life, is wishing things were different. So I'm very proud of myself this morning for the way I outwardly and inwardly handled my doctor's appointment. And so I headed over to the Health Hut. I've been doing some reading about additional detox methods and things that can help support my body, and got a smoothie and came down here on the shores of the lake and did almost a full yoga session, which felt spectacular. The wind is blowing on my skin right now, listening to the waves crash into the shore, and just being outside. so incredibly healing for me. So, my wish for you today is that in each of your days that you can begin, proceed through, and end each day with the idea, the mindset, what is my desired outcome? And so toddler Cheryl did not throw a tantrum this morning. I'm very proud of myself, and I feel better internally. And what's your desired outcome? And I think that can help create some peace in your being, peace in your day and in your life. It certainly worked for me today. So thank you, Jill, for that coaching, that guidance. I am really enjoying working with her. So thank you, Rachel Maley, for pointing me in her direction. And someone else that I've also been working with, intuitive counseling and Reiki, Susan Dewsbury, and she is incredible. And she's helped me understand some things about, core beliefs that point to my head, all those little beliefs that are so ingrained in this brain from way, way, way back to when I was little. And I'm learning how to heal that little girl that does still live in me and is looking for safety and unconditional love. So, did I divulge a lot of information today? So I will end by saying I am getting a little more comfortable each day with saying I am a cancer survivor, maybe cancer thriver, because I do believe that cancer has taught me not only to be a better version of myself, but to not take things for granted, to look at each day as a gift and be grateful. And also, I feel like I know secrets about life that maybe some who have not endured, I don't want to use the word trauma, but I guess trauma is the word, and getting lessons given or taught about the purpose of life. And so I really understand that in Technicolor vision, that we're here to love in all the ways we can, to make things better, to experience joy, and when there's not joy, when the heartbreak comes in, to step back and figure out what's the lesson that the universe is trying to teach me. And I really understand those things. So last week was incredibly hard, the past couple weeks with what would have been Greg's 50th birthday, and last weekend would have been our 28th wedding anniversary. So yeah, that feels a little bit sad, but then at the same time, I'm just really grateful for the years that we did have together, and that he chose me to stop with for a while, and the ways he made my life and my kids' life in this world a little more beautiful. So you find the gifts in each day. Nicole Spencer, you shared those beautiful words with me, and I hold them close to my heart every single day. So that is all for now. 13 minutes. Oh my God, I was going to try to be brief. Get out, enjoy life, do the things that set your heart on fire, inspire others, live with your heart wide open, live out loud. And till next time, I love you. Peace out.